Welcome to another episode of the Bhandwagon Podcast, and today is probably one of my partners in crime, to be honest. I want to try and get him on as regular as possible, but because he's so busy, it's very hard to pin him down. It's Waqas. Welcome.
Hi, Ricky. How are you?
Waqas, firstly, I need to congratulate you on a couple of things. One is that's probably the most expensive hoodie that we've had on the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Two, the beard is looking magnificent, so I'm guessing that's probably after effects from Ramadan, like on Eid, your Eid cut, whatever. But your hair, it's got Ali G dictator vibes.
Yeah. That's exactly the look I was going for post-Eid. You know what I mean?
And like, how much would you pay for a cut like that?
The thing is, there's a big problem with my hair. My brother cut my hair basically, and he made a complete mess of it.
And does he like you?
Yeah, he does. But what he did give me was this hat as a temporary measure to hide my disgraceful haircut.
That's like old school, isn't it? Peeps wear that.
Yeah, this is what like Pathans wear. Do you know, like in Afghanistan and the northern part of Pakistan, like Imran Khan and stuff like that. It's what leaders wear, basically.
Is that where your family's from?
They're not.
So isn't that...
So all your Pashto listeners are probably thinking, why is this guy blagging to be like a Pathan and he's not?
Yeah, is that cultural appropriation?
Yeah, probably. But I quite like this hat, you know.
It looks... Yeah,
probably wearing it wrong as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that because it looks like you're getting a degree.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, that's true. Apparently, you're just meant to balance it on your head like that, just like that.
It's tremendous. So what's been going? I ain't seen you. I ain't spoken to you in a while.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I've just been busy, really, driving around. You know, usual stuff.
Well, like an Uber driver driving around or what?
No, I wish I was. I wonder how much to get paid. And it got me thinking, do you know about Uber and Deliveroo?
Yeah, the food people, yeah.
The food
I think I've heard of them, yeah.
What I think I need to register to become one of their drivers.
Okay.
From the looks of it, when I've ordered from these companies, it's not very professional. Any random auntie or uncle could just turn up at your house. It's almost like they've got an app. So if they're in Sainsbury's shopping away, they get an alert that someone else wants, you know, some bread and egg. Can you drop it off a mile down the road? And I don't mind doing that because I'm always out and about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because some drivers, you look like them. You don't know whether you're getting your...
house robbed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, house robbed, or you're going to get either it's your meal or a box of samosa.
Yeah, you don't know what you're getting, to be honest.
It is, yeah. There must be some kind of check, though, man. Because like,
I don't think there is a check.
No, but sometimes I hate it, though, as well. You know, when you go into, especially when you jump into a taxi, and you know this geezer's been in there all day and he is farting galore. He just stinks in it. And like you politely say, can you just unlock the back windows, innit? So like you get some fresh air in. But then you've also got the problem that if you unlock the back windows, the air pressure messes with your ears, doesn't it? So you have to have this, you've got to have this kind of balancing act of, do I balance the smell of his fart with fresh air, with my ear, with the air pressure?
Yeah. And the other thing is, what are you doing in a taxi in the first place?
Well, normally I'm going to link my mates in town.
In a taxi, what are you like shipping in a taxi? Like you kind of.
Because I'm going to be drinking in it, so I can't drive.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Come on, give it a program, man.
Because a lot of people use taxis as courier services. If that makes sense. You know, drop off
drugs.
No, delivery orders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a move.
Yeah. So anyway, I was considering maybe registering on one of those apps and just become a driver to drop off like odd groceries and whatever else people want, meat, you know, whatever else they offer, basically. I don't mind doing that.
That's good. So
get extra cash in the pocket.
It's been about a year since you've been on, you know, I think.
Has it? That's way too long. See, I was meaning to do my own podcast, but then the issue I realised was like, why do I want to compete with Ricky?
Oh, be quiet, mate.
And the Bhandwagon Podcast? Because you had like Dr. Zeus on your podcast the other day.
Mate, I am getting more numbers than some of the mainstream radio stations that we know about.
Yes. I'm not surprised.
I'm not really. I'm just saying it. It just.
Just say it. It sounds great. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not.
Put it on your CV.
Yeah, like when you got your nomination.
Yeah, my nomination from 20 years ago. Yeah, but you should glorify the past. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was a table tennis champion.
What,
like,
a year?
25 years ago. Do you know what I mean? In primary school. Like, why not? That's on my CV. Like the first line. Table tennis champion.
I got this problem now. Yeah, you seem like a very reasonable person to speak this to.
Yeah.
So like this started out as a bit of a fuck about, this podcast, just doing it for myself.
Yeah.
But like now it's at a border where people are coming up to me say, "Oh, when you're doing this," and I'm starting to feel this pressure and starting to like, I'm gonna have to invest in this a little bit more. I'm not making a penny, by the way, but all of a sudden I'm gonna have to invest in this. I need some advice to see what do I do.
I know exactly where you're coming from, Ricky, but I see where you're going with this. Basically, you want to start charging people to come on your podcast to make money. That's how it usually works.
I'm going from an average of 300 to 500 views now to about a few thousand views, right? Yeah. But then I'm hitting a landmark now of about 20,000 downloads of audio alone.
Are you joking about, or are you saying?
Nah, legit, man, legit.
Well, that's really good. No, congratulations.
Yeah. So I'm like, and I'm still not making them.
I can see you invested. I see you totally dedicated because you've got like a plain wall behind you, and you've got your logo there. You know what I mean? Like you've got spotlights.
This stuff here is like, look, I'm burning my hand.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't even get it right.
Look expensive. Then you got Illuminati checkerboards, wallpaper on the left and right. You know what I mean? So you get the kind of Illuminati.
Those are the soundproof panels I got here.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Yeah. Well,
I wonder what goes on in your basement.
I haven't got a basement. This is the study room.
Yeah. No, it looks good. It looks good.
So, like, tell me the advice. What do I do, man?
Right, I see. Just remain humble. That's the most important thing. Just remain humble.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm still not like. I'm not sensitive about this stuff. Like,
right.
I'm still enjoying it and doing it from there. But it's just like, I'm at that bit where like...
Is it a bit like where you're like, the cost of living's gone up, you can't afford to put them spotlights on, and you might need the extra kind of money or donation to like fund your podcast?
It's expectations of people of me now, which is...
What do the people want?
I don't know. I had someone come up to me and said, "Oh, get Diljit on."
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Hang on, let me phone him right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Coachella. Yeah, come and see me.
Yeah. Do you want Diljit on? Shall we get him on?
Oh, I've
got his number.
Shall we start the campaign Road to Diljit?
Yeah. What do you want to do with him anyway? Like, to be honest, like what are you going to get out of him?
I got a few questions I'd ask him though.
Like what? Pretend I'm Diljit, right? And what's your questions? I'll answer it. Go on.
Like, Diljit, you okay?
Yeah, I'm all good. Looking forward to my movie coming out very, very soon. Make sure you watch it.
Geordie.
Yeah, it's got like 15 tracks on it, produced by True School. True School's a legend. Yeah. What else?
Yeah.
You're wasting my time.
What I was going to say, I said, you know the outfit that you're wearing on Coachella, and especially the white one, did you ever worry not to get it stained?
Not really. It's a representation of my homeland. So that's why I wore it. I proudly wore it. And my culture.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Yeah, see, that's already like 50,000 downloads. Do you know what I mean? That's viral. That is viral.
The Road to Diljit is gonna happen. Maybe I need to start that. Maybe I need to look like how Katapa did, man. Katapa TV is the done, any.
Yeah. But if you want Diljit, you just send him an email, I guess. You know what I mean? With the outline of like what you want to do with him.
It's kind of embarrassing though, man, sometimes, because like when
I think you're more of a fan than like you want to do a serious interview. Basically, you just want like a selfie with him, right?
You know something? I like Diljit and I like his, but I'm more of a fan of his innovation rather than some of the other bits.
Right.
Because I don't watch the films. I'm not I'm not that. I don't watch any kind of Punjabi films in that way, or any Bollywood films. Definitely not. But I'm more of a fan of his work ethic and his innovation. Because all the main people that you look around, even in your line of work, the ones who got the most respect or getting the most attention is the ones who are innovating all the time. Where you've got some people just stuck in a time loop and just doing the same again and again and again.
I'm not like specifying Diljit here, but do you think it's innovating or jumping on a bandwagon or a trend at that time? Because I feel there has been some stages with Diljit where
who's he?
Yeah, don't worry, stages,
yeah,
stains, whatever. Yeah, I mean, it could be applied to like many artists, but let's just pick on Diljit. There has been some stages in his career where I won't say he's jumped on a bandwagon, just tried a different trend and it hasn't really worked or paid off.
Yeah, but then you still got... Yeah,
but there's not a problem with that because I'm sure...
It's not, but what you're doing is that you're taking a risk and a financial risk to see it through. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's coming back to this bit where, again, it's like, I'm not getting any money from it. The expectation from people is a bit more. We're going to have to put some of our own money into it. So he's taking risk.
Are you putting your kind of career, your podcast career, in the same kind of basket as Diljit Dosanjh? Yeah? Like, you're both kind of like trying to do things, but he's basically got a lot more money than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you want like a piece of the pie.
I should have been on stage at Coachella, and they didn't even send me an email.
Yeah, that's right. And you could have asked them the two questions that you had. I
would have changed.
Why have you got dal stains on your clothes?
No, I would have changed the questions.
Like what?
Why?
I think you're more of a fan. I seriously don't.
No, I'll be like, is Megan Fox here? That's the first question.
Yeah.
And two, where is she?
But what's it got to do with Megan Fox? Have I missed something?
No, because there's all these other stars there, you see. I wouldn't really... I'd use... I'd shamelessly use names to get in and then try and find other people.
Right, okay. Sounds good.
And have a portable kind of like studio to like bring people in. Like his name low in it, that kind of vibe.
I hear you. So basically what we want to do is kind of take your podcast on the world stage, the Coachella stage, globally recognized by leading figures of the entertainment industry.
That's right.
And kind of get paid well for doing that.
Well, I'm hopefully trying to... this is all about my ego, this first part, which is just shamelessly not lose out on any money just in case somebody else starts doing podcasts and starts making millions.
Yeah. I don't think you'll make millions.
We could all dream, Wax.
But you could.
We never know.
Could make millions.
You're one viral moment away from becoming...
Yeah. Basically, you're one Kim Kardashian tape away from having a TV show.
I'm one viral moment away from Radio XL and Raj FM.
There's nothing wrong with them radio stations. They're doing a good job. There's some good adverts, you know. I was listening to, is it Punjab Radio?
The one on Sky?
No, I don't know. It's in the car.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You still listen to radio in the car?
Not really. But when I do, like Punjab Radio, like I just see what's going on. But I love the adverts. There's one advert.
What about double glazing?
No, it wasn't double glazing. It was about this college in Jalandhar.
Yeah.
I'm only saying it because you're from India. Usually I just listen to Pakistani music.
I'm not.
I can play all cultures.
I'm from Handsworth.
Oh, you're from Handsworth. What's the twin town? Handsworth's probably connected to some twin town somewhere in the world.
New York.
Is it?
No.
New York.
The closest we've got is by the Albion ground. You've got Sandro's twinned with Amritsar.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's always some kind of...
And I'm 2 roads away. I was 2 roads away from that.
But I'm sure it was Punjab FM or Punjab Radio. And there's an advert that kept coming up. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's about a college in Jalandhar which helps you lose weight.
What?
It was all in Punjabi. It was hilarious. But it was a serious advert. It's about a college in Jalandhar. Like, you go out there, you know.
Oh, it's like a fat camp in like...
Yeah, and you lose weight, basically. in preparation
international
for,
fat camp.
Yeah. In preparation for like your wedding or your graduation. So you can wear one of these hats. Do you know what I mean?
So when you going?
When am I going? You're right. I do.
See, that was comedic timing. That was.
No, that was hilarious. That was the most hilarious thing I've ever heard. When am I going? But no, I find it interesting, some of the adverts that come on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Once you go past like double glazing, alone, building contractors.
Yeah.
You
got the claim ones as well.
Yeah, the claim. Yeah. And then you'd have like shameless plugins of about 15 different mellas and then I think that's about it. But I haven't listened to these radio stations in ages. I listen to podcasts and like YouTube like stuff on in the car. So I'm surprised that you still listen to radio.
Yeah. I'm very shocked myself, to be honest. But
one of the key. Go on.
No, it doesn't matter. I was going to say I thought you drive getting a taxi, but anyway, but then we explain that because when you're drinking, you don't drive.
Nah, those are fake taxis. Anyway, there's been a lot of innovation in AI, and you would have a very unique perspective of this. Because
this is a bit annoying, you see. So I basically, well, obviously we all know about ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would be really helpful right now. Like growing up, like I would have done my whole college, university, everything through ChatGPT.
I've already used it in a presentation once.
Wow, okay. How did it go?
I was doing a speech at the Royal College of General Practitioners, so GP.
Yeah.
And it was around helping GPs get access to different communities and
what are you doing with GPs? Hang on, are you a medical professional, or you like a Bill Gates way, like you got your hand in every pie?
I'm like the Diljit in Brown drug addiction. Okay. Yeah. So I went there and I was doing a speech about it. So I said I typed it in, ask GP. So I went to GPT, right? And I said, ask the question, how can GPs improve access to communities? And then I just put it up. I said, like, forget what I say. Here's the answer.
Yeah, exactly. No, it does work.
And they were really impressed because I reckon I was one of the first ones to actually use GPT.
Yeah, a lot of people still use it, and just, you don't obviously want to get caught. Apparently, it keeps track of like the history of all the sort of questions that are being asked. So it's always worth modifying it and tweaking it in your own words. Maybe
we should ask GPT of what do we need to prioritize if we got into a taxi if a driver's farted?
Yeah, potentially. Or questions
and what's the variables? Carry on the conversation with the taxi driver.
Yeah.
Tell him put the heat down because that's going to obviously improve affect the toxicity.
Yeah.
Window down and air pressure.
But you just need to stop using taxis. That's what I would say. But also, you could use ChatGPT. What questions should I ask Diljit Assange? You know what I mean? Professional journalistic questions.
You know something? Let's ask GPT right now.
Yeah, like what questions should one ask Diljit Assange? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm on it, man. I'm on this now. Someone's going to get it now. There we go.
There was a South Park episode recently. I don't know if you watch South Park. Maybe you're too old for it.
No, I watch it, man. But I ain't watched it in ages, so that's fair.
Well, we're on the 26th season. Yeah, there's an episode about ChatGPT and they used it for dating.
All right. Okay, I'm logging in now, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Logging in. Yeah, continue. Yeah, enter your password. No idea what it is, but I'm in. Okay. Can you still see me? Yeah. What questions would you? So this is the road to Diljit.
Yeah.
Okay, so as an AI, right? Yo, I have got. These are the questions.
So what did you write? What was your?
What questions would you ask Diljit Assange? Okay, and it's given me so many. It's given me 5. Well, I'm coming up to question. I'm on question 7 already.
Go on then. Give me some of the questions.
All right. Here we go. You have achieved great success in music and film industry. What inspired you to pursue your career in entertainment?
Well, I'll answer it. Let's see if it's similar to ChatGPT. Well, one of my early tracks was Chocolate. And the reason I sung about chocolate is because I really liked dairy milk growing up. And one...
But you never had... Those Cadbury's weren't accessible.
Cadbury, yeah, I need to get into Cadbury's world. And I visited Cadbury's world once. And I decided to sing a song about chocolates.
Oh, here we go. Your music has a unique style that blends Punjabi and Western influences.
Whoa.
How do you approach the creative process when making music? I'm sounding sick of this.
Well, it's not just me. It's a whole team, you see. We have lots of brilliant producers. I like to work with producers who work with so many Western artists and local artists as well, local producers. We're super talented and they listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of music and we kind of create that fusion and the fans love it. They lap it up. And next minute, you're getting booked out to Coachella and you're hanging out with Megan Fox.
That's it. I can't give you the other 5 because I want to keep them.
No, but they're good questions. Do you know what I mean?
I know. I am. This is it. I'm cheating.
And people love this. I reckon, ChatGPT, they say like...
Why don't we ask GBT about the taxi?
And you're obsessed with this taxi. What you had a really...
I'm traumatic, man. How, if a... What do you do? All right, so if a taxi driver farted, what do you do?
Yeah.
It says, I cannot physically... Hang on. However, if you're a passenger in the taxi and you're uncomfortable with the situation, you can politely ask the driver to roll down a window for ventilation or turn it on air conditioning. Alternatively, you could try to ignore the smell and focus on something else like listening to music or looking out the window. It's a natural bodily function, so it's best not to make a big deal out of it. So that it basically is saying stop being a prick and just deal with it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
What about the other stuff? Okay, I want to ask you about this. So now, anytime you go on TikTok, it's like
I hate it.
Dead people's voices, AI, and making a mixes. I've heard a Tupac and Biggie one. I've heard Sidhu Musa singing Challa. I've seen it, and like Punjabi MC Mirza. I'm like, this is. I don't know. Is it overstepping boundaries? And I don't know. What do you make of it, man?
Yeah, I mean, I find it absolutely annoying. So I came off TikTok for like a month during Ramadan because my TikTok algorithms are absolutely like haram, yeah. So trust me, I got some crazy stuff happening on mine. I don't know how that end up, but on my feed. So when I joined it back recently after Eid, all I saw was AIs, just like you said, Drake singing in Punjabi and all this sort of stuff. And it's so fake and so annoying. So, I had to block quite a few people. But it's not even like exciting or interesting. And the people that do it need to be like sent to like camps in Jalandhar. Do you know what I mean? I'm not talking fat camps. Are there prison camps out there? They need to be like put away. Like there's no real like personality to it. Like
what would personality what to the song or what to what content?
No, it's just like what's so exciting? Like everyone's doing an AA sort of crossover mashup, like
No, do you know what it is? You know what's worrying for me, yeah? And this is genuinely is like people, if they're able to do this in year 1, let's call this year 1 or year 0, the first, because it's just launched properly, right? In the last 12
Well, it's launched properly for the public, but think about it. They say technology's been around for like decades, like the CIA.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if it's like available to us, imagine I can't even trust this is you.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying, Ricky. Do you know what I mean?
So like then you can manipulate voice like a voice. I use a lot of voice notes. So we can manipulate, people can manipulate voice notes and create something. And you're like,
create a drama where we could end up in prison, and it's not us.
Exactly. So
You know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
thinking like
everything's fake.
so how do you combat it?
You can't combat it.
I think Drake has already put an illegal claim against somebody who used his voice for an AI thing or the music label. But like I'm thinking about, mate, are you coming to the pub? And they're like, wife can take their phone and say, oh no, I'm at IKEA today or whatever, right? Yeah. And then I'm like, yo, I've just seen my mate just walk like driving down the road. It's like, what? You fucking lying to me?
Yeah,
exactly. And then I phone up, say, yo, what you doing? Like swearing at him, and he's like, it weren't me. And I'm like, yes, you were. Look.
Yeah, exactly. And then that person in IKEA could also have some AI picture of them in IKEA. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's I'm worried, man. I think we're at the cusp of Skynet, in Terminator 2, where we've let the machines start to run.
My favorite reference. Yeah, the machines have overrun us, basically. Yeah. We need to get back to the time like we were all like naked, just hanging around on pavements. You know what I mean?
What?
Like in Terminator, like at the beginning, before all the robots took over, like we're all humble, no clothes, no food, just ordinary. Isn't that what it represents?
What Terminator is that in?
Terminator 1, Terminator 2. Right at the beginning.
No, Terminator 1, it starts off with the where he comes back in time, and
but forget him coming back in time, but he's like Nunga though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Just imagine like human. Basically, the message there is if we get back to our naked self.
Oh, are you speaking metaphorically or physically?
Yeah, metaphorically.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can do it physically as well.
That's a different film.
Yeah, so we need to get to our soul, basically. That's what that scene represents, Away from all the machinery, we're just there, naked, not naked, looking for clothes, looking for food, motorcycles. Before all this chat.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely worried.
Yeah, I'm worried, but it's really annoying though, isn't it? All these mashups and that Ariana.
Because I don't know, like if you take something like Sidhu, for example, we know that he's got a lot of unfinished works out there, and or he's got like tracks with people. If you're trying to manage all of this all of a sudden, and you're some bullshit producer, and then you've turned around and said, oh yeah, he made a song for me as well, and then you're like, oh, did
and it sounds like him,
and then you're like, oh, here it is, this was only a rough version, so then they've got a stake for it. So like, I don't know how far this continues.
No, you're right, and that's kind of reminds me of the Michael Jackson album, which they've actually said did possibly include fake Michael Jackson vocals. It wasn't via AI. They actually had a impersonator, and they actually released a fully fledged Michael Jackson album. But apparently, wasn't his vocals. But if they're doing that with impersonators, now you don't even need impersonators. You know what I mean?
But they're also saying that Prince had like thousands of vocals. This like,
which Prince are we talking about? The Prince.
Prince the musician.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which other Prince?
No, Prince William, Prince Charles. Oh, he's not a prince anymore. He's king soon. Yeah. He's king, Is he king? No, he is king. Yeah, he's king.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was I talking about?
AI.
Yeah, Prince, he's got loads of songs in the vault.
Yeah.
Like, there could be some head off Eddie in there as well.
No, I think that's all genuine, and they haven't released it. His.
I think AI for Punjabi should be called a head off Eddie.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, I'm genuinely worried about that. And then when you see things like on Twitter now, the blue tick going, did you ever have a blue tick?
No, I wanted a blue tick. I did beg for it, did what I had to do.
What, on Twitter? What did you have to do?
Well, have you seen that kind of film? What's it called? Indecent Proposal.
With Elon?
No, this is before Elon's time. You have to do all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
To beg for it. I didn't get it. And to be honest, I wasn't really into his blue ticks because, I think people lost their humbleness and people were like, really like, oh, I'm, important when they're not really.
I pretended I had a blue tick and I said I've lost it.
I mean, would you pay for a blue tick?
You know something? I thought about it. This goes back to the first part of the question, the first part of the conversation. So a lot of the celebs and people that I'm trying to get in contact with, I go into their junk. I've told this many times on the podcast. Like I'll end up in their junk folder. Yeah.
How do you know? Have you checked?
Yeah, because there's a couple of artists that I've spoken to that I've been sending messages for over 10 years.
Yeah, like
and they've never seen it. And then
like you. Maybe take a hint.
Can't say. Nah, but as soon as they started
basically on the success of your podcast, they realized, hang on, it was all in the junk.
Yeah, but it's true. And then they started posting.
Yeah, it was true. Yeah.
So
it was.
Yeah, but so there is that. So if I need to get it, I need to know what's the priorities. Like, do they see my message first?
It's like £8 or something.
A month?
Yeah.
So I'm like, is it worth it?
Yeah. Or could you get a middleman where you reach out to someone with the blue tick and the blue tick person reaches out to the celeb?
Sick.
You know that would save you money, and you could.
But a lot of people are coming off Twitter though.
Yeah, but where they're going?
Check their Twitter.
Yeah, people do check their Twitter.
Is it used more than Instagram?
Yeah, I think it's TikTok right now. To be honest, TikTok.
Let's ask. I still think Facebook's the biggest. Let's ask.
Facebook's weird. Facebook's
is the biggest.
Facebook's for like old people. I don't think old people use it. More old people are on TikTok as well.
I'm asking. Ask GBT.
Yeah, GPT knows everything.
It's saying the biggest one is Facebook still. Instagram,
yeah, they say that, but like in terms of its use, I don't think it is.
Should I buy a blue tick?
Yeah.
To speak with stars. Let's see what it says. No.
There you go, no.
It says buying a blue tick verification, but it's not legitimate.
Right.
It says you should rely on building a better genuine connections.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here's the bit. Additionally, it's important to remember that celebrities are people too, and they have their own boundaries and personal lives. It's not appropriate to invade their privacy or try to use a verification badge as a means to exploit them.
Yeah.
But what about if they... Hang on, that goes both ways, by the way.
It's an interesting one.
Relating to kind of Elon, we saw his rocket ship attempt.
I think that's all nonsense. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think anyone's going to space. Ever.
Do you think we've ever been to the moon?
No.
Why do you believe that? Explain yourself.
It's like, it's just all that money, which apparently funds all this space travel, comes from the taxpayer. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're funding it ultimately.
Oh, does it?
The Americans are funding NASA. And it's like every 6 months, they need to show something to the taxpayer. Hey, look, we've got a rocket, we're going to Mars. Oh, coincidentally, it doesn't fly anywhere. It just blows up off the ground. It happens again and again, and I'm not convinced. And what they're going to do in space anyway? Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's going to be trying extracting minerals or the future of the human race.
Is it? And how's that going to benefit us? Like, for example, if we have enough minerals in this world right now, which we do, how is that benefiting the human race right now on planet Earth? Like, with all the commodities we have naturally in this world, it's not, you've got like the certain people that's controlling everything, all the wealth.
But allegedly, a lot of our resources are running out.
Like what?
Oil's going to run out soon.
They say that. That's because they're pushing the EV agenda.
So electronic vehicles, what's your opinion on that? I can see this.
Well, I'm not a fan.
You know what? I've checked your body language, and you leaned a little bit forward, and
mate. I'm petrol all day long. Do you know what I mean?
Not even diesel.
Well, diesel's all good as well. Do you know what I mean?
This morning I was dropping my kids off at school, yeah?
Yeah.
And then as I was about to cross the road, like a car just came zooming up, and I didn't hear it.
You couldn't hear it. Yeah, it's dangerous.
And it was on a corner bit, yeah. So probably it wasn't the most optimum space for me to cross my road, but I would say I'm about 70% there.
Yeah.
But this one just went, and I know I could have been dead.
Yeah, you could have been dead.
And I think
whereas if it was a petrol car, like if it's a V12, you would have heard it. Do you know what I mean? You would have heard that exhaust.
But on Joe Rogan when they started talking about the cobalt mining.
Yeah, that's it's not environmentally friendly and stuff.
So what? That's it. All those people campaigning about World Cups and all this kind of stuff while they're using their smartphone, which is being mined from
and private jets and whatnot flying there. You know what I mean? But also the other thing with electric cars, I'm not sure we talked about this before, but like the cost of electric has gone up. Do you know what I mean? How much are you actually saving compared to fuel?
Just gonna have to use your neighbour's plug, innit?
Well, exactly. Or I read somewhere a while back, I don't know if it was fear-mongering, someone actually fed their electric into one of the lampposts.
No, they do. No, they do that. A lot of cannabis factories have been done. They've actually some places where they've actually dug into the main line and used electric from there.
Right. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We'll look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look into
that. Is that one growing behind you?
Huh?
What's growing behind you there?
That's the aloe vera plant, mate. It's aloe vera.
What have you got behind there? Is that a cricket bat hidden in a corner?
I don't know, probably.
And you've got an @ sign, which is really techie.
An axe?
@
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Just, don't worry, this is my makeshift studio. I do need to do it up so it's fancy as yours. Fancy as your dodgy basement. Wonder what goes down there.
Killing it, mate. Killing it. There's also, I just want to, we've talked about the common news and stuff like that, yeah. But like, I've found myself doing a couple of things now, which have kind of made me a lot better and healthier. I've been able to sleep a lot better. But
going cannabis.
No, I don't watch. I don't watch the news anymore. It's just so miserable, and there's war everywhere.
That's right. That is very helpful. If you switch off the news, you feel a lot calmer, and your mind is less cluttered, and you don't really know what's going on in the world, to be honest. Which isn't always a good thing, if there's a disaster like the recent earthquakes in Syria or Turkey. Obviously, you want to know about things like that. But generally, the news is quite negative. It's the same old, isn't it? And one thing that really annoys me about the news is when they talk to politicians. It's like they never answer the question. It's always like sidetracking a question, then moving on, and that's the end of the interview.
Did you wake up?
And then it'll happen again.
Did you wake up in the morning? Yes or no? Well, I had a great sleep, and then I did flutter my eyes and that. But what do you define as waking up? Am I waking up from reality? Am I waking up? They just never answer the straight question.
Yeah, and that's the same that's been happening for years and years, and it's been normalized.
But you'll start getting the influencers now who is going to run in mainstream politics.
Like,
well, wasn't there one of those guys from the Sidemen or something like that who?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Was it? You're one of those guys, the YouTuber guy.
Jake Paul's.
Yeah,
God knows.
But ultimately, it's going to turn into a popularity contest, isn't it? Like Trump got in based on because of Twitter mainly and his following, and if you got somebody like, whether you agree with him or not is not the point. But I'm saying if Andrew Tate was running against somebody, if you're looking at numbers and momentum, he'll do some damage.
Yeah. But would he be allowed to run?
No, I would say putting that aside, I'm just saying, let's say if it was. Yeah,
it's interesting. It could create an interesting kind of platform, isn't it? When we have influencers, politicians, and even journeymen like me and yourself could
veterans,
say that we want to be elected. Do you know what I mean? What would our party be called? The Green Party, the Green Lamppost Party.
I don't know. You'd have to. There's many. Like, I think.
You know what I mean? And we get Diljit Dosanjh to sing our anthem. Do you know what I mean?
He's killing it too much.
You buy that blue tick. We're going to
start officially launch the campaign now. On every bit I'm going to do, The Road to Diljit is going to be.
Yeah. But that's linked to a bigger project, which is our political party. Because The Road to Diljit, he gives us a song for our party.
I think
we become politicians.
I think we're onto something, yeah.
Then we become politicians. Then we come on the news. And then they ask us that very important question. Did you go sleep last night?
And do we think that might get us a new Sony nomination?
Yeah. It'll definitely get us a nomination. We'll be like multi-millionaires, Oscars, Grammys, BAFTAs. What's the other one that they give theatres in theatre? That award.
I don't know. You're in this kind
Pony Awards.
You should know, man. You should know all these things.
Yeah, well, basically, we get
lots of the Razzies.
No, that's the terrible one.
Oh,
that's the flop one. Basically, we get lots of awards. And we're talking about politicians. Joe Biden
and Trump.
Forget Trump. You're obsessed with Trump.
Nah, because they're running against each other, aren't it? They're going to be. That's
Joe Biden. 2024. Joe Biden. Right, have you seen that movie, Poltergeist?
No, I can't watch. You know what it is? I'll be honest, yeah. I can't watch anything like with spirits and stuff like that. I don't. My maximum tolerance of horror is only the latest season of Stranger Things, and that was pushing it for me.
Yeah.
Anything more than that.
Yeah.
So I can Zombies, Last of Us. Have you watched all of that?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm still playing a computer game at the moment.
Yeah, and watch it. So that is so when you start talking about like Poltergeist, just I can't.
Yeah. You get scared. You get scared. Yeah. The only spirit you can handle is the drink one.
Yeah, and even that's miserably.
Yeah. So anyway, my point was there's an old man in Poltergeist, the 1984 version.
Okay.
Reminds me a lot of Biden. That was it. Really.
I think he's gonna lose, man.
Well, how old is he anyway? Like the guy's like 96.
Allegedly 104.
Yeah, he's just like. Is he going to make it? I don't even know. You know, God knows best.
I think he won because he wasn't seen in the last campaign. He was they just let Trump just carry on.
What if Biden is AI? Like. Because every time I've seen him do a press conference,
this is what
it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know what's going on. You always see these clips on TikTok, like he's walking in a different direction. There's a recent clip that went viral where he arrived in Ireland.
Yeah, he was in Ireland.
Yeah. So he came off the plane and he kind of pushed Rishi Sunak out the way.
Oh yeah, to the side to shake.
Yeah, yeah.
Next man.
It's like he doesn't know what's going on. Or he's completely disrespectful.
It's like at a Melanie at a wedding, and you just push it. Let me have the photo taken with the most.
Yeah, it's like that.
The other thing that I read today, just randomly this week, was about. Remember Praz from Fugees? Was it FBI agent? Like an FBI informant?
Was he?
Yeah.
Check that out. Killing me softly.
Literally.
That is crazy.
Supplying info. 50 Cent just killed him online as well.
But it's all crazy there, Fugees, because who's the other guy, Wycliffe?
Yeah.
Didn't he want to run for presidency in Haiti as well? That's where he's from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway, so he's made a political career. Me and you can as well. Do you know what I mean?
I can't, man. I can't do politics.
All right.
Even though, I can't do it, man.
I think we can. We'll just use ChatGPT. You're an expert on that. Do you know what I mean? Any policies, we'll just type it in there, right? How do we fund the NHS over the next 10 years?
Yeah. Because it's looking at all the experts anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Yeah, when's your podcast coming out?
Right, so I've got 2 podcasts I want to do, right? One podcast will be focused on Pakistani music, culture, entertainment. Yeah. That's kind of like an interest. That'd be quite serious. Just like you want to talk to Diljit, just from that musical journey, all the music hacks that, you speak to. It's kind of like what you're doing right now, but mainly with like Pakistani artists, I guess.
Okay. So that you previously in another conversation that's been edited out, you've only named one.
Yeah, so
That's gonna be
Hassan
really-
Rahim.
Yeah.
So he's a big name at the moment. Coke Studio season 14 tried, did really successful in the last season where they tried to get a younger demographic.
So you're going to try and get a contract with Coke Studios and say, yo, I could do the media for Coke Studios.
Not really. They don't. They've got their own people. But my point is, there's lots of new artists coming out, and they're releasing original music.
I'll be honest, it's going to seem like a really quick series.
Mate, don't diss Pakistani music.
I'm not. I'm just saying, you're killing it, and you're telling me, and I haven't. Have I one name, bro?
One name with what?
Hassan Ali. Malik?
Yeah, Hassan Ali, the cricketer. He's actually playing for Warwickshire.
So what's the other podcast?
Yeah, so one podcast will be dealing with our Pakistani culture and music scene, just solely speaking to Hassan Rahim.
Okay.
That's it, because he's the biggest star. There's loads of big stars. You had Diljit Dosanjh in Coachella. Ali Sethi was there from Pakistan at Coachella as well. There's lots of big artists, so I suppose just kind of uncovering that and discussing that. And the second podcast, I see you're not interested in that.
No, I was actually trying to find the guy's name.
Which one?
Hassan Ali.
Hassan Ali's the cricketer, but I want
exactly. I got it wrong. Actually. That's what I was trying to style it out. I was like,
yeah. Hassan Ali's the cricketer. He's playing for Warwickshire. He's actually going to be meeting him in the next couple of months.
Who you are?
Yeah. Do you want to come along?
Start the podcast if you want.
Yeah, exactly. We say, yeah. He speaks Punjabi as well. Don't worry. So we speak to like artists from Pakistan, etc., and just dissect that culture. And the second podcast, I'll be honest, it'll be more comedic, just like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find someone who's absolutely hilarious.
So why haven't you got onto doing stand-up stuff?
Forget stand-up. I need someone like a sidekick who's hilarious. I can't find anyone. Like someone funny who's got a point to make.
But they have to be.
And can bounce off.
Are they like a South Asian?
They can be anything. Yeah.
See, but that's what I'm trying to use you for me, because I think you're like, you've got that. And I also think like there is a good few of them, but like there is a massive drought of South Asian stand-up people, right?
Yeah.
And I think you're designed for stand-up.
What am I going to do in stand-up? I won't remember my lines. That's the thing.
Yeah, but like,
trust me, my opinions will get me arrested as well. Do you know what I mean?
Isn't that part of it? Like,
get arrested on stage.
No, the game nowadays is to get cancelled, because then you'll get more publicity than ever. And then when you come back,
I come back after a 10-year sentence for like,
you got like sold out shows.
Yeah, sold out shows. Like you get accused of all sorts. Now you got to be careful in this comedy world. Do you know what I mean? Because people are like, they get so alarmed, get hurt. You don't want to offend anyone. And I'm a nice guy. Do you know what I mean? I like to keep it peaceful.
No, I reckon you'd be good, man. So you're looking for us. So like, why don't you just do like a talent show and like a vacancy and like to become the...
Yeah, I do need someone
to bounce off.
Yeah, to bounce off. But, you know, that's got personality. It's important. And an opinion to make. Do you know what I mean? Not the famous. Say, yeah. No. Yeah.
You have to be famous.
Nope. What is famous? Like half these famous people. I mean, do you find them interesting?
Some of them I do.
Like who? Wait, well, it could be famous as long as they've got an opinion. Do you know what I mean? Or something interesting to say.
I think you and Harjot Bangle would be good.
Oh, he's good. Is he the immigration guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him
because he's funny.
Yeah.
And he's like he speaks to loads of generations, loads of people.
Yeah. He can give advice for everything. Like if you want to marry,
that's why I got him as he's my very first guest.
No, he's really good. I do like it. He gives lots of good advice. Like if you want to marry a Polish girl, what do you need to do first? If you want to get a divorce and keep your $1 million property in Solihull, what you need to do, put in your mum's name.
He was ahead of the time.
He knows everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So I think you and him would be pretty
Yeah,
good.
he sounds like my kind of guy.
And if you had like a panel show, like I'd be like a regular as a team captain.
Yeah.
Hijab on the other side. You could be like the host, like Jimmy Carr, like countdown.
Yeah. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, Desi countdown, and
then
me,
you.
So then we'll do it like have I got news for you? Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we get Hassan Ali as well.
Yeah, Hassan, the cricketer. We'll get him on. And then we'll have like weekly, these are the topics that have come up. What's your opinion on this?
Yeah. But somehow everything kind of relates back to like immigration and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it could be
money.
Yeah, it would be like, I've had something come up now from Daily Mail, which says vets urgent warning to dog owners: don't give toys to dogs. And then we can go into conversation about like, why do people give toys to dogs?
Yeah, exactly. And then our lawyer could talk about like wills and stuff, dogs, because some people give their whole sort of finance, the whole money to dogs, to the animals.
And then they're like, forget that. Why don't you give it to your family who looked after you for 50 years, and then you give it to some dog?
Yeah, a random dog.
I think this show's got legs, bro.
Yeah, what should we call it? But we need a studio space, like your dodgy basement.
Bro, if there's someone who's got like connections, it's you. You've got
my connections is this, mate.
Here's the question: who's the most famous person in your phone book?
1 second. My connections is this: we'll get in a taxi, a farty smelly taxi, head to IKEA, find like an empty space, and start recording. Do you know what I mean? Who's the most famous person in my book?
Yeah.
For a phone book?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, no one. Like who? Like, I don't know.
Most famous person in your phone book, and they know that you got their number.
I mean, there's loads of people, man. It's mainly Pakistani artists, actors, actresses.
Just the one.
Yeah, just the one. Hassan Ali, the cricketer. Loads, man. I don't know. Like, yeah.
But that's why I've asked you the question. Come on.
Dr. Zeus. There you go.
You ain't got Dr. Zeus's number.
I've got Dr. Zeus. No, he's
I
my
ain't
mate.
got Dr. Zeus's number.
Yeah, I thought you interviewed him.
Yeah, I know. Didn't get his number.
All right. No, but yeah, Dr. Zeus is the most famous person I've got. And he's my favourite producer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he is, seriously. He's my favourite producer.
Maybe I could be the agent and say people I've had on here, like they can go and help build up the second.
What we should do on our panel, we'll leave it here and we can catch up in when we chat again. We'll also get Shorty Locks from Dr. Zeus's camp on the panel. It could be interesting.
Yeah.
Cheshire Cat.
An underrated OG of the game.
Yeah, he is.
So I've given you some really good ideas here. And I'm sure if I speak to her job, I could put some intellectual property claim to this.
Yeah, exactly.
And that could be the running theme of season 1.
Yeah, let's do it. When we talk again, let's get someone else on this podcast with us now. Well, your podcast.
What? Who? Hassan Ali. He's too busy.
No, he's not too busy.
Who? You're going through your phone book now, isn't it?
No, we'll get someone. It'll be me, you, and another person. Let's do it.
And this could be the second person who you're going to bounce off.
Yeah. Bounce. Bounce off. That's right.
So you need to see what I did there because it was cricket, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very good. Bouncers. Yeah.
So, okay, we'll leave it at this bit. Is there anything, we haven't shared this space for a while, but is there any bandwagons you want to jump on and off?
Not really, no.
Okay, that's very quick.
But I need to go to the loo. I'll be back. Unless you want to chat again in 20 minutes.
No, I'm going to end this now.
Yeah, end it now.
I will pick it up. We'll do the next episode.
You bring someone else on it. But bring someone else on it as well.
Yeah, so that's going to be your find.
Or your find.
How is your show?
It's your show. It's your podcast.
Yeah, but it's for your podcast.
Mate, my podcast hasn't even got a logo, a fancy logo like that. Do you know what I mean?
All right, let me work on the basement space, but then I'll pick it up with you.
Yeah, work
All
on
right, bro.
Get some handcuffs and like stuff like that in there. All right.
Wrong basement. All right.
All right, bye.